You know, I know that it was 2005. And I mean, damn, you would expect a lesbian spy movie to do numbers at the box office. But instead, everybody chose to see Robots, The Ring 2, Guess Who, and The Pacifier. Do we hate women? In a world of espionage, high stakes missions, and immaculate pleated skirts, only one team of elite schoolgirl spies stand between us and total chaos. Discipline, energy, beauty, and strength. These are the D.E.B.S. But what happens when one of them falls for the very woman she's sworn to bring down? You see, D.E.B.S isn't your average spy picture. It's not a serious, action-packed, Euro-driven blockbuster. Instead, it's fruity, it's low budget, and it's got a little dab of camp in there. Shout out to my homegirl. What's up for bringing this movie back into my orbit? I have not seen this in years, and I'm very excited to talk about this. Some of these actresses should be enough for you. Word. I mean, Megan Good, Devin Aoki, Jordana Brewster. Come on. These hot ass women. Take my credit card. Take my credit card. Actually, let me go get it. D.E.B.S was released March 25th, 2005, which means we just passed the 20th anniversary. With a small budget of $3.5 million, the film only grossed 97.4 million. Like, that's crazy, right? Right. Okay, it was thousand. I'm at a loss for words. Like, oh my God, that's not even a quarter of the budget. Take 3.5 million, divide that by 4, that's 875. Then take that and divide it again, that's 218. This is sick. This kind of sick. But you know what? A box office number. They don't get it, okay? And me and you, we get it. So make sure you lock your doors, close your windows, all that. So your ops, all these assassins out here don't try to catch you lacking during my video. Before we continue our journey into the world of secret spies and lesy romance, we need to talk about something a little less fun. Identity theft. And no, I'm not, talking about going undercover in a plaid miniskirt like the D.E.B.S. I'm talking about real life identity theft, which is unfortunately way easier to pull off than a top secret heist. That's where today's sponsor, Aura, comes in. Aura is like your own personal security team, minus the matching uniforms. They monitor your personal information across the dark web, track your financial accounts for suspicious activity, and even provide credit monitoring. If someone tries to pull a Lucy Diamond level scheme with your identity, then Aura will send you an alert faster than a D.E.B.S mission briefing. Technology is only getting more and more stronger, and these brokies are getting more and more creative, sending you random email chains and links to click on, and then boom! They have your address, your social, your credit card information. You're done. Okay, you're done. You need protection. You can check your info on your desktop or through the mobile app, and they've even got parental control features for all the moms and dads who are worried about their kids. Like I said, it's honestly like having your own surveillance team. Plus, they offer up to $1 million in identity theft insurance, which is a lot more reassuring than relying on your little spy skills to save the day. If you want to protect yourself from online threats and identity theft in this tech age, then Aura's got your back. You can try Aura for free and see if it's a fit for you and your lifestyle. Click the 2-week trial link in my description or scan my little buddy right here to protect you and your loved ones today. Much thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to this sapphic romance. The film opens on a goddamn SAT, and I'm already stressed out. Why lie? Like, bro, I came here to see some chicks make out. Why are you showing me STEM? No, just kidding. The narrator says how there's a secret test hidden within the SAT that measures a student's ability to lie, cheat, fight, and kill. Right. So, men, those who score well are recruited into a secret paramilitary academy, the voice says, as we see quick cuts of our 4 leads getting folders labeled top secret. Some call them seductresses, some call them spies, fools call them innocent, but they call themselves D.E.B.S. The entire title sequence is this zoom in and out of this SAT quiz, and we keep seeing Devin with this damn cigarette in her mouth. Girl, put it down. Anyway, we end on a cute striker pose. And low-key, all of this kind of looked like the title sequence for a TV show. Like, are we not? And then the way like the movie looks as a whole, which I'm gonna talk about at the end, but are we sure this is not supposed to be a TV show? Because I would have watched it. The first sign we ever get of these ladies not f***ing around is when their paper gets delivered. Bicycle Boy tosses the newspaper onto the driveway and it starts smoking from this massive dome that's protecting the premises. Oh yeah, you know they just want a motherfucker to truck. Pull up. Oh, and in case I didn't mention it, this was written and directed by a woman. Well, yes, absolutely. Michael Clark Duncan, who plays Mr. Phipps, pops up on a digital screen. Screaming through the house, the alarm starts blaring, and the first girl on screen is Max, who jumps up ready to booga! Stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. You heard? Phipps is hollering through the house, hut 1, hut 2, get y'all skinny asses ready. And Max, who is clearly the leader of the group, being that she is the one going in everybody's room to wake them up. And first, she goes into Dominique's room, who's got a boy toy in the bed. And am I a little pressed that they cut the screen away too quick? Maybe I am. What about it? I'm just a boy. Max is going in everybody's room like, don't you know you have 30 minutes?
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
Or more like 5 minutes. Get your ass up, pronto. Next, we meet Janet, who can't find her gun. And that tells us pretty much everything about her character. Messy and unprepared. The house phone rings and Mother Max picks up, and the call is for our final Deb, Amy. And the person on the other end of the line is some bland, unseasoned boy. Yawn, I'm bored. Let's check back with Dominique and the little island boy. She's yelling in her French accent for her trick of the night to get out, but what's the rush? I want him to take his time. Janet finds her gun. We go back to Amy. This boy, whose name is Bobby, is blowing up Amy's device. She hangs up, so he calls her on her watch. Yes, on her what? I mean, you tried the house phone, the phone in her room. You called her on her watch. What's next? You gonna call her on the TV? Talking about after everything we've been through, bro. It's like 7 or 8 in the morning. Why is you blinging my rollie at 7 a.m.? You gonna get cussed out. Max is screaming at the bottom of the stairs. She's like, in the car, Amy tells the girls that she broke up with Bobby because he's boring. And Max agrees, but Janet says she liked him. I'm just not in love, Amy says. But they can't hear her because of the radio. And when Max turns it down,
what? I said I want to be in love!
Can we just take a moment to peep all of their outfits? Janet has the longest skirt, signifying, the goody two shoes. And Amy has the second longest skirt. I'd even say she has the shortest heel. Then Dominique has these French heels on with the crop top. She has the shortest skirt, very, very girly, very Eurocore. And Max has the sleeves roll up with the combat boots, taking charge, ready to get down and dirty whenever. It's the details. The girls officially arrive to the D.E.B.S Academy, and it's confirmed that it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, Bobby was blowing Amy's phone up at like what, 7:30? Yeah, he would have got cussed out. The girls meet Mr. P in the cafeteria and everybody orders their breakfast. Max gets a farmer's daughter, short stack and bacon well done. Amy gets tofu scramble, peach smoothie, non-dairy. Janet gets a cheeseburger with extra pickles at 8 in the morning. And guess what Dominique has?
Coffee, black.
Skinny. Miss Petrie, the headmaster, teleports at the girls' table, letting Mr. P know that Lucy Diamond is back in the States. Everybody is freaking out because, let me put it this way, Lucy Diamond is like El Chapo. We learn Amy's writing a thesis paper on her, and surprise, surprise, everyone at the table knows who Lucy Diamond is except Janet. They definitely only did that so the characters can give exposition on who Lucy is. Whatever, I don't care. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. Lucy Diamond is the last surviving member of the Reynolds crime syndicate. Her family got into a blood battle, and after her father died, she received the keys to his kingdom, which was full of illegal arms. She's good at running, smuggling, gambling, and her specialty, diamond theft. Lucy is also protected by a loyal band of mercenaries led by a guy named Scud. She was also behind the plan to sink the entire continent of Australia. Damn, what did they do? 3 attempts have been made to capture this chick, but she just kept getting away. In 2003, she went underground and has not been seen or heard from since. But that's not even the bad part. No one has ever fought Lucy and lived to tell about it. The reason Lucy is back in town is because of an assassin named Ninochka Koprova, a freelance soldier who is scheduled to meet Lucy tonight at 2000 hours. Mr. P orders the girls to find out what Lucy's up to and do not try to apprehend her themselves. Max is in charge and Amy is second. Cut to the evil lair where there's this ridiculous hologram of Lucy's initials. What the hell? What is this, like a level in a Batman game or something? I don't know. And so there's like this cartoonish villain music. Lucy is sitting in her evil chair reading a screen with Ninochka's info. They're supposed to meet at a French-style restaurant, but Lucy tells Scud to cancel it, and her excuse is that she does not do blind dates. Wait, what? Scud is trying to talk her into this, saying, "You need to get out because it's been 2 years, Lucy." One of her workers comes by so she can sign off on a paper, like casually. It's like nothing. And, you know, perhaps I moaned a little bit when he came on screen. Okay. Not even my type, you know. But Lucy is still heartbroken, and this is pretty much the catalyst for her trying to destroy the world vibes. She breaks though. At the restaurant, Ninochka is looking over the menu, and after we pan up, and up, the D.E.B.S are floating in the air, staking out. Max is showing Amy an article where Miss Petrie is picking spies for the International Bureau, and she wants to get an interview. But Amy is more concerned about taking time off after Endgame to go to Barcelona at an art school. And this makes Max a little pissy because she's a strong D.E.B and she could have her choice of any assignment after any game. Max is like, "Who's your best friend?" "You are," she replies. "And what did I say to you the very first day of Academy?"
That's my bunk, bitch. Okay, after I said that.
D.E.B.S stick together. 4 years of hell and they're top squad and they're just getting to the good stuff. So you need to drop this art school shit, mama. You ain't no real friend. Maxwell or Max, whatever the longer version of Max is for a girl. Janet's phone starts ringing and it is Bobby the simp trying to reach Amy, and not even a half second later, this dude drops from the ceiling right next to her. Like, you gonna talk to me, damn it. He tells the girls they're not the only ones here for Lucy. The feds are here, the CIA are here, so shit. Amy asks the girls to excuse themselves and they swing out of frame. We learned that Amy was with Bobby for 8 months before deciding to call it quits because, you know, I just want more. No, it ain't that you want more. You just want some kitty. You want some kitty cat. I don't blame you. When Lucy arrives, the first thing she orders is a glass of wine.
I'll have the cob and some wine. Do you want wine?
Vodka.
Me. And I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing. When I drink alcohol, which is very rare actually, I don't like the way it makes me feel. I'm either drinking like a Pinot Noir, which is like the healthiest wine you can drink. I'm either drinking like a nice red, or I'll get like Grey Goose. Like I'm sorry, I'm a little bougie when it comes to shit like that. Amy is checking out Lucy, covering up her attraction with saying, I thought I'd never see her in person. She's hot, right? It's okay. This is, you're safe here, okay? Lucy is asking Miss Russian gal about her work, but Ninochka only kills to pay the bills. Her real passion is dancing, right? Bobby drops down again, asking for his bracelet back. That was his father's after graduating from Quantico. Amy struggles to get it off, but when she does, it slips off her wrist and into Lucy's soup. Oh, f***. Lulu looks up and she sees them 5 spies in the air. Then she reaches for a gun and all of them load up. One of the waiters in the building pop a bottle of champagne, which tricks Bobby into thinking that Lucy busted a cab. So he's the first to actually shoot a real bullet. Like it's always a goddamn man just shooting the bullet first, right? He pops a glass and the restaurant starts tweaking out like, oh shit, these niggas bussin'. Max tells the divas, let's do this. And they drop from the ceiling blazing. Lulu and Ninochka fly over the bar. The girls hold up the dining table as a shield. Very fun, very Lulu is on the ground behind the bar trying to explain how, you know, I just got out of a relationship and I'm not emotionally in the right state of mind. Baby, this is not the time for that. She throws a grenade at the girls, but they somehow run in time after, you know, being laid down right in front of it. And right after this, Ninochka tells Lucy, you're going to die alone. Then she abandons her just as the girls come back out. And I'm gonna say it, Max is giving it. I love black women. I do. Lucy uses a steel table as a shield, booking to the door. And on some real shit, y'all low-key suck. Like your aim sucks ass. Like look at this. It's all 4 of the D.E.B.S plus the other feds and CIA agents like shooting around the perimeter. Like how did none of y'all touch her? Max gives the girls orders on who's going where and Janet wants to play Saint.
Mr. Phipps specifically ordered us not to engage her. Janet!
Max has to remind her that out of the 4 of them, Janet is the only one who doesn't have her stripes. And she doesn't have them because she needs a recommendation by the leader. And how do you get your stripes, you might ask? You must show courage in the face of unspeakable danger. And if you don't put yourself in harm's way and take courage, how are you going to get those stripes, Cupcake? They split up in pairs and Amy tells Janet, I'll go to the parking lot and you can go that way. Amy is running in the direct path that Lucy went. Both are in this weird maze pathway that looks like a warehouse, and as they inch towards the merging point, they bump into each other, immediately apologizing before turning around to see who they collided with. The girls pull out their sticks on each other and Amy's like, oh my god, you're Lucy Diamond, and then Lulu is like, oh my god, and you're a little Debbie. Amy starts reading off Lucy's rights as if she's the only one with a pistol. I mean, babe, you can't even make eye contact with the chick and she's taking note of all of this. And then Amy is like, you know, girl, I'm not really in the mood to die today, so can you just put your gun down? And they go back and forth a little bit until Lulu is like, I was just minding my business on a blind date when you guys decided to rain down shit on me. And Amy is confused on. She like, hold on, you were on a blind date with that Russian girl. I didn't know you were a what, Amy? She is looking at Lulu with fascination. She's like, wow. Saying how this torpedoes her entire thesis for the term paper she's writing. Okay, this is cute. You know, they started off waving their sticks in each other's faces, as you do. And now she's telling this girl how she's writing a paper on her for her gender misconstruction and mastermind class. Love. Lucy Lou starts blushing and a beat passes before she says,
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Amy.
Lucy Diamond.
It's really nice to meet you.
And the rest was history. It's all smiles, but whoops, sorry, my hormones were going off. I forgot that you're still under arrest. Off screen, Max is yelling for her. Then Lulu tells Amy, you know, you could just let me go. I really can't, Amy replies. This is so Rudy, and I love it. Love it. Lucy is dead ass. She's trying to seduce this girl. She's twinkling her eyes, talking about, haven't you ever done anything you weren't supposed to? Like, you freaky frog, you nasty. Amy turns her head for 1 second and Lucy Liu is gone like the wind. She tells the D.E.B.S that Lucy Diamond was here, but they say that's impossible because if she was, then Amy would be dead right now. Lucy also has a trademark for reference. If you remember in Home Alone, I think they called themselves it wasn't the Sticky Bandits, it was the Wet Bandits. And the taller one with the curly head, I forgot. The one, not Joe Pesci, not the short one, but the tall one. He said that their like calling card was like leaving the sink running. Lucy's version of that is leaving diamonds scattered about the floor. So now this is a big plot point because as Dominique confirms, Amy is the only one ever to fight Lucy Diamond and live to tell about it. Lucy hops in Scud's car just as Another Girl, Another Planet by The Only One starts playing. Oh my God, I love that song. I love that song. Scud is yapping off and Lucy just casually drops the scariest line your best friend could ever tell you.
I met somebody.
And after Lulu says Amy Bradshaw, it takes him a second to realize that, oh my God, Amy is the perfect score. The only person to ever get a perfect score in the secret test in the SAT. Perfect score equals perfect spy. She is their pride and joy, the poster child. And Lulu shrugs this off saying, well, the perfect spy doesn't know it yet, but she's into me. And I know it. Lucy has some steel balls on her, man, because she immediately drives to the D.E.B.S trap house, whipping out her hacker device saying, all right, D.E.B.S, show me what you're made of. And this device is somehow able to scan a 3D model of their house, where she's trying to figure out which room is Amy's. She tests the dome's force field, pulls out a device, and breaks a temporary sealed hole. Lulu runs across the yard and climbs up the side of the house, successfully entering Amy's room, just like that. Lucy wakes Amy, who immediately flips her on her back, and we do this spy off, ninja noises, wah, wah, until Amy asks her, what are you doing here? But Lucy is like, I just wanted to see you, boo, because I was thinking about, your thesis paper, and I know you're using outdated research, so why not just come straight, to the source? She tells Amy to come out with her and she'll let her ask her anything. Amy whips out a crossbow, rejecting, but Lucy ain't no amateur, we notice, and she kicks it, retrieving it like nothing, saying, now you have to come out with me. Not held hostage, but I mean, is it really hostage if she low-key wants to go? When they walk out the front door, Lucy shoots an arrow at Janet, who is right behind them, sneaking. So since she saw Lucy, she has to come with. Lulu drives them all the way to this underground tunnel pathway that leads to where the cool kids are. There's a bunch of punk rockers, yeah! In these dramatic outfits dancing to electronic music. After Lucy gets her and Amy a couple of beers, Amy tells Lucy that her central hypothesis is about being a woman operating in a male-dominated field. You see, she thinks Lucy often needs to overcompensate by being exponentially more ruthless and diabolical than her established male counterparts. And Lucy is like, I am not more ruthless, but babe, look at where you took her on a first date. Look at where we're at, babe. Amy believes that the psychological forces combine to create this emotional void, right? In which Lucy is incapable of loving or being loved. She also tells Lucy that she broke up with her boyfriend 5 hours ago, and when Lulu asks why, Amy is like, I think love should be irresistible like a drug.
Right.
We also learned that all the stories about Diamond going on killing sprees were false claims. They actually all died of diseases. So you know Amy's got to pull out the good old, "You're so not what I expected." LOL. She said, "You're different. You're not like other girls." Janet and Scud are playing foosball, and Janet says, "Correct me if I'm wrong, but your friend seems to be into my friend, but my friend ain't into munching on kitties." As far as you know, girl. Amy's jacket has come off, the beer's got her loosened up, and the child is still talking about this nigga Bobby and how he doesn't get her. But then leans into I'm really glad I met you. Not this. It's getting spicy, guys. Lulu says the same back, and Amy bites her lip. Kiss, 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 kiss.
I should go.
Amy says that she should get back home, and even though she's breaking about 8 federal rules and could get kicked out of the D.E.B.S for this, she asks Lucy if she can see her again.
Oh my God. She almost kissed you. You almost let her.
Bro, why you gotta ruin everything, Pickles? After the D.E.B.S are dropped off, Lulu wants to know when she can see Amy again, but Amy says, I can't. And Lucy's like, okay, well, I'ma just come and find you anyway. Yo, what if this turned into like some dark psychological thriller in the back half? I want to see that script. Janet is all up her ass like you are so into her, and you also violated so many codes, and she's a girl. Oh, you are so busted. But babe, you came right along with them, maybe by force, but you still came with them and you had fun. Amy starts quoting their laws and their code to use against Janet before bringing up the time Janet got drunk and almost got the Chancellor of Bulgaria killed. I covered your ass and never told anybody. But wait, there's more. Because we all know that if Max found out about that, then Janet would never get her stripes and never graduate. When they approached the porch, Max was sitting right there waiting for him. Amy's excuse is that she went for a walk to get her mind off of Bobby.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about Lucy Diamond.
You too?
No, ho, not like that. The next day at school, everyone is up Amy's ass about her confronting and being, the only person to live after meeting Lucy Diamond. And we know how rumors go around. One chick is like, did you really cut off her hand? What? See, I just like...
Everybody's talking about it. They're calling you a hero, when really, you're a slut. A gay slut. I'm not gay.
Max's idol, the cutthroat Miss Petrie, teleports with her assistant and Mr. P to meet Amy. Max is completely sidelined. She's like, yeah, okay, Darky, get away from me. Before Petrie positions her and Amy in 3 different angles to take pictures for their news article. She's telling Amy how delighted she is to meet her, after saying the wrong name 3 times.
Now, Alice.
Amy.
Amy. Annie.
Amy.
Amy.
Babe, you're more concerned with your competitors being jealous and this stunt putting the academy on the map, opposed to just being grateful for your agent's safety. But, I guess that's the system for you. Petrie asks for a description of the encounter, everything that happened, no matter how small, to develop a profile, since nobody's ever been this close to Lucy Diamond before. Amy is now the leading expert. Petrie then pulls out Amy's files and she starts reading some passages that she wrote about Lulu. She calls her a narcissistic sociopath and a victimized girl child, eternally searching for the love of her father. Oh. Her crimes could be viewed as a desperate cry for help, and the more she steals, the deeper her feeling of emptiness. Petrie tells Amy, you identify with Lucy. You see her pathos. You've got some dangerous symbiosis going on. She looks over at her assistant and she's like, what's that movie with Jody and then the well and the dog falls down with the lotion?
Silence of the Lambs.
You're the lamb, Amy.
before telling Amy that she is officially squad captain and in charge of this investigation. Woo! So, Max is like, hold on, Miss Mama. I'm the captain of this goddamn team. And Petrie is like, look, Monique, Marsha, Max, whatever your name is, there is a killer on the loose and there is no time for egos. Side note, the green screen around them is killing me. Like, where's the budget, guys? Where's the budget? Max storms out the room, pissed, but she's more upset not at the fact that Amy's now the captain, but the fact that she doesn't even want it. Boys fall at your feet, she says. The whole school kisses your ass and Miss Petrie makes you the squad captain. You'd be just as happy drawing in your stupid little book. This girl also says to Amy that she doesn't understand why Amy would take away the one and only thing that she's got going for her. Babe, you act like you should be cussing out Miss Petrie, not her. She didn't want it, and if she had tried to tell Petrie that, she wouldn't have listened. But whatever, because we need the two best friends to fall out for the sake of plot. Whatever, go off. Max quickly sucks it up and puts on a poker face, saying, whatever, it's fine. Just promise me one thing, that you catch the bitch. A student is running through the hall yelling code 99, which means Lulu is doing Robbie, so the girls move out. Mr. P gives them details about their mission in the car and orders them to apprehend the suspect and recover the money. When they park, everybody's waiting for instruction and, it's Amy's first time. She gives them a blank look and Max is like, Captain, what's the plan? Take lead. So they move in the bank. Lulu is whooshing all around the building and she locks eyes with Amy. They find a group of bankers tied up in a closet, and they also find an open vault. And Max's captain instincts start kicking in. She's trying to tell Amy it's a trap, and Amy is just, shrugging her off. So Max is like, can you please, just stop and think. Why are you giving me such a hard time? Amy says. This chick has been you guys' captain for 4 whole years. I would listen to her. Creepy shadows, no bad guys, enclosed space. Trap. You don't think I can handle it. I know you can't handle it. And you know what? I don't care if you are the perfect scorer. Amy then step up getting bucked, talking about, as your senior officer, I order you to secure the vault, soldier. And when they go inside the vault, nothing happens. So I guess everybody owes Amy an apology, right?
I don't think so.
Well, no, because she falls into a trap door, down a slide, and into a room where Lucy awaits.
Trap.
And how the hell did she know that Amy was gonna stand in the perfect spot? Like, what if one of the other ones... Whatever. I'm just a filmmaker, okay? Lulu apologizes for the previous night, but Amy ain't worried about that. She wants Lucy to let these people go and put back the shmoney. Max is beating on the vault door with the pipe. Let's be realistic. Dominique is lighting yet another cigarette. Are we surprised? And Janet is having a BF because soon they're gonna run out of oxygen and all that's gonna be left will be the toxic fumes from the cig. So just to spite her, Max takes one and has a smoke herself. I mean, y'all about to die, so... Janet is like, this can't get any worse before spikes pop out the ceiling and oh look, it's gotten worse.
Trap.
And why the hell are there spikes in the vault? Like, I know, Lucy, they did not have enough. How the hell? Because how could they have enough time to install this? What kind of bank is this? These munchers are having an emotional back and forth about feelings. Meanwhile, the D.E.B.S are about to get crushed. Bro, this thing is moving fast. We need, let's move this thing along. And at the last second, Lucy deactivates the trap and thinks this is all fun and games when she claimed not to be a killer. Amy is ready to go, but Lulu lets her know that last night was the most alive she's felt in a while. Right. Drinking beer in an emo warehouse with a blonde goody two-shoes who just talks about her ex the entire night. Any whore they kiss. Ooh. And Lulu is like, come on, come with me. What do you have to lose? And Amy says, Everything. Everything. Oh, girl. I mean, I could have helped you write the script. So, I mean, I was 3 at the time, but the Debs break in the room, but no girl-on-girl action for them. All they get is Amy's tie along with a flood of diamonds. Oh, and a message that reads, I have the girl. This is so silly. Also, I would be picking up all them diamonds that she be leaving around. I would have sold them. Man, I would have bought me a Porsche 911, a new BMW. You tripping. You a spy riding around in that damn, what does she have? What is the car? What is it? A Volkswagen? A Bug? Yeah, I need a new whip, ho.
A Deb is down.
I think you mean a diva is down, and you don't even stop acting like you care. You just want a good story. Everybody thinks that Amy is being like tortured and starved in some dirty like Saw themed basement, but well, no, she's actually listening to 80s music and blowing shit up with Lulu. Debs from other countries are sending out memos. Max and Dominique are hassling some men by the pier. Amy gives Lucy some handcuffs. Freaky frog. They're very cute though. You know, milkshakes, sunsets together. Baby, Amy is long gone. She tells Lucy about the origins of her SAT and they get into a small debate because Lucy's philosophy is that you should do what you love, not do something because you're good at it. And like always, Amy is going to take this and run with it in defense. She tells Lulu about her art school and she's in full support. Unlike her friends. Okay, girl. Okay, look, I know, Max, come here. I know you grew up in the hood, you know, but every time you hear a sound, you don't have to wake up with the gun. Calm down. It's okay. You're safe. Take my hand. You're safe. The person calling is Nonochka, who tells Max she knows where Amy is. So Max gathers the girls and Bobby to hop on the mopeds and oh Lord, they got the rifles out. They are serious. Lucy and Amy are snapping bras and Scud is playing bingo with the crew when the alarm goes off. So he swoops from the ceiling, tackling Max. She kicks that motherfucker, then clocks him in the nose. And the munchers are being munchy.
You love me?
Oh, that's not. Then, they catch Amy in bed with Lulu. Oh, and your ex. Oh, Amy is like, it's not what you think. Huh? And so Amy returns to the academy. Miss Petrie is like, are you f***ing kidding me? We conduct a nationwide hunt for you and you're boning the suspect? Well, I don't know if boning is the right term here. She threatens to send Amy so far away that toilet paper and Diet Coke will be a luxury.
Miss Petrie.
Is somebody talking to me? Because that would be extremely ill-advised right now.
Okay. Uh-oh. Now see, listen, you guys, wait a minute. Hold on, Brandy. Let me say this. Tammy.
Before Max proposes the idea of making Amy Deb of the Year at Endgame. You know, the girls make it look like they rescue her. Amy gives a speech with boyfriend Bobby Boo at her side, and Petrie gets another feather in her hat. Titty for titty. Max talking about the Amy that I know wouldn't sell out her friends and her country for some supervillain. The Amy that I know must have been brainwashed. Blah, blah, blah. Lick my balls. Like, it's not that deep. Petrie tells Max, I underestimated your leading abilities, and I will remember that when reviewing applications for the International Bureau. Yes, please, thank you, so she can stop walking around with this stick up her coochie. Amy is then ordered on 24-hour lockdown. She cannot go out unless for missions or class. When Petrie and friends leave, Max is like, no, don't even say anything. Debs stick together, but do not misunderstand me. I do not forgive you. And then Janet steps in, so Max is like, and you, bitch, I don't even want to look at you. You let me go this whole time believing that she was in trouble. You can forget about that recommendation. Dominique tells Amy, you are not as boring as I thought. I can't do a French accent, that was so bad. But you're also not as bright either, she says. Oh, I mean, damn, even Bobby doesn't want to talk to her, nor Janet. Amy takes a lie detector test, being asked questions like, where is Lucy? You know, are you gonna see her again, etc. But hey, I mean, at least she got an A+ on her thesis paper. Yay. Things are down and out in the old D.E.B. workspace. Amy sits alone before Bobby comes down asking if they're going to Endgame together.
I still love you. I know you still love me too.
Oh, which is it? Which is it, baby? Which is it? Because you was just talking about you was over her. I need you to pick one. He pulls out a shell bracelet that his daddy got on a drug bust in Malaysia, then says, I was thinking, that whole Leslie thing? Kinda hot. Max propels the girls over and tells Amy she did the right thing. But is she happy? Is she putting anyone in danger? That night, Lulu visits Amy again, always passing the D.E.B. security because their security is trash. Amy ain't playing scissors no more. She wants Lucy gone. And to prove it, she smashes the panic button. You know, Max is the first one to grab the Dommy Mommy gets a rifle, and Janet grabs her bubble blowing gun. Max comes in blazing. Bow, bow, bow. And even though she checked the windows and said she's gone, a second later, Lucy shoots an arrow in the room with Amy's bedazzled kinky handcuffs while screaming, I thought you were different. And she's standing right in front of her car. Did I miss something? You know, I said she checked out the window. How did you not see her? I don't know. I'm gonna let it go. We get evil villain music while Lucy is trying to blow up Australia yet again. When Scud asks what's her beef with the Australians, she says, I don't like their attitude.
What'd I do?
You know you were hella wrong for what you did.
What are you talking about?
Really?
What did I do?
She sits down with the homie, telling him, you know, word, being bad doesn't feel good anymore. And she's pretty much willing to do whatever it takes to give up her life of crime for this blonde chick. So it's time to get her back. And A Little Respect by Erasure starts playing. I still, till this day, every time I hear that song, A Little Respect, I think about Lucy singing this damn song with the broom in her hand. Every time. I'll never forget it. I try to discover a little something to make me sweeter. We see a bunch of news articles and B-roll of stories of Lucy coming clean, backtracking everything she's ever done. She's in school studying, she sends a bomb to the girls, and when they open it, it's actually just a cute message for Amy. Stolen art is returned. Lucy tries taking the SAT test. I mean, damn, Lucy is sending Batman messages in the sky that reads, Amy, be mine. Like she really wants to get this girl back. I gotta get her, go get her, go get her, go get her back. I gotta treat her right, whoa, I gotta. I am not apologizing. That is the only reference you'll ever get from me for that fucking song. You know what? Nobody will ever make me hate Robin. I don't care. His y'all gonna be mad. Ooh, you gonna be mad. His sophomore album, The Evolution of Robin Thicke, top 10. Stop, because I can hear you. I can hear you laughing now. Stop. Okay, stop. Top 10 albums of all time. I'm so fucking serious. Go put the album on. Yes, he had a downfall. He cheated on his wife. They was together when they was like 14. Fame got to his head, the cocaine addict, like all that. Yes, but he is, I don't care. That's him. I'm not worried about his life. I'm worried about the music. I was about to go into a whole tangent about that, but I was like, you know what? We ain't here for that. We ain't here for that. I can hear the comments right now clowning, but you can't clown a clown, ho. Word. Lulu returns all the money back to the bank, turning a new leaf, and yet she still can't get her blonde snowflake back. So Scuddy says it's time for Plan B. Mr. P teleports inside Amy's room, and I'm sorry, what if she was changing? Blacked. Asking how she's getting along before giving a word of advice. There isn't much room for love, he says. Love requires trust, and trust requires honesty. Yeah, right. Next time you need to knock, not just... I could have had my hoo-ha out. Amy questions why she was the one to get a perfect score on the secret test. I mean, what does it measure? Dominique is a sex addict, Janet has a couple shoplifting convictions, and Max is borderline psychotic, so... And this is when Mr. P reveals that the test measures your ability to lie. So he's trying to say that Amy is the perfect liar. I don't believe that. The girls are dropped off at endgame. Everybody's ready to get white girl wasted. Yeah! There's two guys spiking the punch. Yikes, this is drugging. I mean, I hope everybody was aware that it was spiked. Otherwise, you're going to jail. Lucy and Scud are making a plan to infiltrate the building. Meanwhile, Janet is telling Max that if she was really Amy's best friend, then she'd let her go. T. Lucy has easily, as always, gotten inside the building, but an agent tells Bobby that she's been spotted right when the ceremony begins. Amy is brought on stage to give her speech and tells her fellow classmates about her traumatic, altering, terrifying encounter with Lucy in captivity. And up in the vents, Lulu is making her move. She pulls out her signature diamonds, throwing them a few feet in front of her, tricking Bobby, who starts shooting in the vents, so she's like, damn! Then falls through the ceiling like Raven Baxter. Lulu comes out on the balcony at the exact moment Amy starts saying harsh words. We know this trope, but it's not entertained or turned into a whole thing, thankfully. Bobby rolls up behind her just as Amy starts saying that she can't accept the award because, quite honestly, the time I spent with Lucy Diamond were the happiest days of my life. And the only brave thing I've ever done this whole time is what I'm doing right now.
So if you'll excuse me, I have a date with the devil.
A guy catches Lucy looking at the layout of the building, so he runs back into the venue and says, "It's Lucy Diamond, she's here! Everybody run for your life!" But there's no need to fear because the D.E.B.S are here.
Let's do this.
Man, I'm telling y'all, I need Max's gun. I love a long Western pistol. I don't even know what kind of guns those are. I ain't feel like looking it up. But she's gonna eat every time. We go into a strange slow motion with an indie drum and guitar backtrack as everybody is scrambling, running from Lucy. Or in the case of our main cast, they are chasing her, but Amy knows where she's at. The lovers repeat the beginning of the film where they ran down both aisles, bumping into one another, whipping out their ding-dings, and Amy tries apologizing, but Lucy just shuts her up with a kiss. Then the D.E.B.S come out the cut. Everyone's got a gun to Lucy, Scud holds a gun to Max. Don't know why Dom or Janet couldn't hold a gun up to him and protect the girl, but okay. And Amy brings up an old conversation her and Max had, where they said no matter what happened, they'd always stay friends. It's so generic, but do I care? No, gay rights. Max tells Lulu, if you break Amy's heart, I will hunt you down and kill you. Everyone puts their weapons down. Bobby, Petrie, and friends start busting bullets in the door. So Max tells the girls they should get going and say their goodbyes. Dominique is like, even though I never liked you, I'ma miss you, sis. Janet asks if she can have her room, and Amy tells Max to rule the school. As the feds come in, Amy and Lucy go out and Max directs them in the wrong direction. Then, for whatever reason, she gives Janet her stripes. What does she do?
What I do?
Anyway, Scud and Janet get together. Then we see the gays ride off in Lucy's car. Happy, happy ending. On the surface, I'm not afraid to say that this film is not great, but I'll tell you what is great. The fact that this movie knows exactly what it is and doesn't try to be anything more than. It's a little silly, it's a little goofy, a queer rom-com with spy elements. The film's compared to Charlie's Angels a lot, which is understandable. I mean, you know, women kicking booty, but kind of not fair because Charlie's Angels had a $92 million budget and there strictly just is no competition there. I mean, Charlie's Angels is the better film, but there's an audience for D.E.B.S as well. From a visual perspective, the first thing I notice off the bat is the film looks very flat. I like to color grade the B-roll for the films I talk about, so I'll show you how it originally looks. I cannot pin the visuals on just the grading though. It's the lens, period. Cause why does the movie look like that? It's like, I don't know. There's something going on with the frames per second as well. The motion blur looks very cheap, as if this entire project was shot on some $500 digital camera. I don't know, I hate it. I hate the way this movie looks. And the story is another thing in itself. There's a lot of corny jokes and tired lines of dialogue. It's whatever. And the Amy Bradshaw thing. Amy Bradshaw. Why is it that the main protagonists are always the least interesting character in the movie? I understand that she was a good girl and, you know, Lulu Diamond was the sexual awakening, but her character was just giving me nothing. It was just like, it was like eating mayo, right? If they had used the right lens or even the right camera, tweaked that script to really push the envelope and not be so average, I mean, we could have had something spectacular. And matter of fact, speaking of Amy being the most uninteresting character, I'll admit that she does have somewhat of an arc, as well as Lucy. They both change at the end for the better, versus Max, Dominique, and Janet, who stay pretty one note from beginning to end, playing their own archetypes. I think one of the film's biggest flaws is the weight that the story is trying to put on Lucy Diamond as a criminal figure. What jumps out specifically is the section of the film where the D.E.B.S and Bobby find Amy after she's been missing, and they discover her in bed with Lucy, but they just like shrug it off in disappointment and go home. But at the beginning of the film, they were putting so much emphasis and they were so adamant that this girl was damn near at the top of the chain and like some massive danger to the entire world. So if they knew where she lived in that moment, then why did they not send a swarm of feds or FBI, send all them up there to arrest her for all the alleged conspiracies that she's part of? I don't know. And then, you know, being a spy film, the action scenes, which they're not bad, but they definitely could have been longer, and I put that on a budgetary limitation. Then we get the chemistry with the lovers, and you know, I could name drop hundreds of films right now with ridiculous romance plots where at the drop of a hat they're suddenly in love with each other, and you know, that shit pisses me off. I'm still not over that ass line Lucy says about her night with Amy.
I just want you to know that last night was the most alive I felt in a while.
Because why are we lying? Why are we lying? when the whole night up until she had a few beers in her, she was pouting about being kidnapped, and on top of that, she spent most of their conversation talking about her relationship issues. Maybe they should have brought in Lucy's ex that she was so traumatized by to spice things up for more drama. I would go more into the world building and the entire organization of the D.E.B.S being a hidden test behind the SAT, and how it doesn't really feel fully realized with the scope they're trying to put this on. You know, we saw just a little dab, just a little glimpse of other countries. But anyway, let's talk about some pros. You know, for 2004, having a lesbian romance without tragedy, shame, or over-sexualization, I can applaud that. Absolutely. I imagine this gave audiences, especially young ones, a playful, lighthearted love story to have fun with. And as I said at the beginning of my take, this movie knows that it's silly. It plays into the spy tropes. It plays into the teen drama cliches. You know, no matter how hard I want to focus on the illogical stuff, I mean, naturally, I just do that and point it out. But the movie is not trying to be realistic. It's trying to be fun. And the runtime, that's another pro we got with the elements and outcome that we got with the budget, you know, minus marketing. Short and sweet was perfect for this film. It doesn't overstay its welcome, even with its pacing issues. We just get a cute, light-hearted escape. And there's nothing wrong with that. What's your take on discipline, energy, beauty, and strength? What are some of your memories with this film, and do you think that it holds up? If you enjoyed this video, give your man a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. Share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I would love to have you. Huge thanks again for Aura for sponsoring this video. And a quick reminder to the homies to check out the link in my description to get your free 14-day trial with Aura. Until next time, my friends, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and take care of your spirit.